What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. It's Yeezy Day over here at SneakerPhetish. We got a new 350 that recently came out. I'm a little late showing it to you guys, but we're still going to take a quick look and talk a little bit about what in the world is going on with Kanye these days. So without further ado, let's get into it. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ADIDAS YEEZY Boost 350 version 2 Zyon. Now, not gonna lie, it's a good looking Yeezy. You know, as far as Yeezys go, this is a good colorway, another good colorway in the already super popular Yeezy 350 version 2 line. Let's take a little deeper look at the sneaker itself, and then we'll get into kind of the meaning behind this shoe and whether or not we should even keep buying Yeezys at this point. All right, guys, starting with the upper. Now on this one, this is an interesting one because this prime knit upper we're used to seeing on different models of 350 version 2s, but I don't think that we realized that these were so unique. And we'll take a look at a very interesting card that came in the box in just a second when I talk about how unique this sneaker really is. But in the meantime, let's talk about the colors here. Now you have this interesting kind of light brownish color that's mixed in with this grayish color on the top panel here. And then you also have these little hits of these interweavings with this brown, really dark chocolate brown almost color as well. It actually works together nicely. These were a lot more brown than I thought they were. When I saw photos of them, I thought that they were gonna be really gray, but that's not the case here. Taking a top down look at the sneaker here, you kind of get that tri effect that I tell you guys about, right? You get the gray layer, you get kind of this brown with that dark brown interwoven layer as well. And then of course you get the semi-translucent stripe going down the lateral side of the shoe. Now on top of that, this is a new stitch pattern that I'm not used to seeing as well. Exposed stitching on these as opposed to the hidden stitching we've seen on other 350 version 2s, but this stitching looks way more intricate and way more complex than other 350 version 2s we've seen. It's an interesting touch, but I like it. Might actually make it a little bit more difficult to counterfeit this shoe or to fake this sneaker. Now you're gonna get that same kind of stitching on the heel of the sneaker as well. Of course, no pull tab on this 350 version 2. Sad for me, but some of you guys may like it. On the outsole of the sneaker here, you kind of get this kind of worn yellowish looking outsole here. I don't really know what to call it. It's not a gum bottom, but it's just kind of yellowed, I guess, kind of a yellowed outsole. And on the insole, you get this stone colored insole here, kind of matches the dominant color on the sneaker, along with the Yeezy and Adidas co-branding on the heel. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the sneaker itself. Now, like I mentioned, an interesting card did come in with these shoes, and I do want to show that to you guys as well. Not sure if we've been getting this card and I just haven't been paying attention to it, but it's in different languages here. But basically it says that this prime knit is a unique type of prime knit pattern that is unique to this specific shoe. So no two sneakers look exactly the same when it comes to their prime knit pattern. That's really interesting. Now, Zyon. What in the world is Zyon? What does it mean? Where does it come from? I try to do a lot of due diligence on these, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm still not 100% sure where Zyon actually comes from, but I'm pretty sure it's derived from the Hebrew nature. Again, a lot of the sneakers that have been coming out, Kanye's been doing, have had Hebrew roots to them. Zyon, I believe, is a name that is spelled both Z-Y-O-N like this sneaker, and Z-I-O-N I think is kind of the same thing, but just derived in a different kind of a way. However, Zyon as a name is still heavily disputed what it actually means. I saw some places that said that it means stone, which makes a lot of sense because the color of this shoe, especially like the gray on the upper of the sneaker here, it looks like stone. Other places online said that the name Zyon means the highest mountain where the city of God is built. In typical Kanye fashion, I can really see how he could go with that and make a shoe that is called that. I get it. I saw somewhere else that said that Zyon means untamed beauty. I saw somewhere else on Urban Dictionary, I think they said that Zyon as a name means a beautiful, classy woman that loves her friends. I don't know what it means, but despite what it means, this has actually been one of the more wearable colorways of the 350 version 2. And you've seen that a little bit on the resale market. Now, I dare say that these felt like they were a little bit more limited than other 350s we've seen lately, but the prices seem to be holding around $300 to $320 depending on the size of the sneaker that you're looking for. And at a $220 price point, that's still a decent payday for a lot of you resellers out there. However, the question of the day is, Do we still buy Yeezys despite what Kanye has going on? So unless you've been under a rock, you guys have seen the meltdown that Kanye had at his recent presidential thing that he did. I guess we'll call it a rally. I don't really know what it was. We've seen Kanye starting to go hard for his presidential bid for 2020. We've seen Kanye cool with Trump and then not cool with Trump and then say he's gonna wear the hat and then take the hat off, and he's all over the place. We've seen Kanye go off on Twitter talking about how he's been trying to divorce Kim Kardashian for cheating on him with Meek Mill. We've seen Kim Kardashian come back talking about how she's all up in arms. We've seen people talking about bipolarism and talk about mental health. We've seen all these different crazy things that Kanye has had going on around him. Do we still buy his shoes to support that cause, or do we need to leave Kanye where he is and let him get himself together? Personally, I think that the most interesting thing about the Yeezy is that I don't remember a time where it's been this difficult to separate the person from the product. Kanye is a really complex, really troubled guy, but he's a likable guy. You'll wanna like Kanye. You'll wanna root for Kanye, and you want good things for him. It's just, he keeps doing so many things that make you not like him. It's hard to continue to do things even if they're dope. I see a lot of people out here that talk about they still miss the old Kanye, like he talked about in his music, how they still listen to Graduation and The College Dropout and Late Registration, but they don't wanna listen to any of his new music. How they still rock with his Nike sneakers, but they don't wanna rock with his Adidas sneakers. So do we take Kanye as a whole, or do we throw all of him away, or do we just decide to keep little bits and pieces? I actually think that that's an interesting contrast to where a lot of these sneakers are derived from, which is the Hebrew culture, Christianity as a religion, and things like that. In that religion, and I'm not going to get too religious with you guys, but one heavily disputed topic about religion as a whole is that a lot of people seem to kind of pick and choose pieces of it that they want to abide by and throw the rest of it away. That's a really interesting comparison when you look at how we treat Kanye these days. That being said, it seems like a lot of people are ready to just pick and choose pieces of Kanye that they like, namely his shoes and his music, and throw away his politics and everything else that he has going with them. So the discussion of today, and I'm not going to drag this out much longer, is I want you guys to sound off down in the comments and let me know where you are with Kanye right now. Are you throwing all of him away? Are you keeping his shoes or flipping his shoes? Are you still listening to his music? Or do you just not want anything to do with Kanye at all? Sound off down below and let me know. Now, as for the Zyon 350, like I said, it's a good looking shoe. I like it. If you want to put the rest of Kanye in a certain place and just appreciate the shoe, is this a pickup? Yeah, absolutely. 350 version 2 is a super comfortable sneaker. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. It truly is the Jordan 1 of Yeezys. They're making 1,000 colorways of them. So this is another one. May not be the most exciting colorway, but it's a solid addition. It's a solid staple. It's a solid add to the collection. So let me know what you think about the sneaker, as well as the discussion topic that I talked about previously, talking about Kanye as a whole, down below. Of course, right down there in the comments, make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family, to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 version 2 Zyon, and until next time, I'm out.